Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Choo Choo coming in with a 10-month milestone. Thank you, my friend. I'm proud to have you here. How's everybody doing today? Oh, I see the conversation's already started. I guess some of you have been following this. So I was following a bit of it over the weekend. Obviously, JLR's videos kept popping up, the changes in the stories and all the inconsistencies and just the overall, for me, Susan Smith vibes from it all. And I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Put a 1 in the chat if you followed any of this. Good morning. Good morning. Well, I guess I should let people come in first, huh? Hey, Gary. Oh, boy. What a weekend, huh? Did you all have a good weekend? Parking lot with no cameras. How convenient. I agree. Here comes the ones. Hey, OG Fish. Where the hell have you been? It's been a while. I know, Caroline. I know. Hey, Shiva. It's really sad. And this one just has like, oh, it's concerning. You haven't at all, Pops and Sass. Wow, okay. I also want to give you all an update on what is going on with, I suppose, both litigations. How fun is that? Ugh. I think it was the dad. Oh, do you really, Jackie? I'll be interested to see if that's the case. If either the mother turns on the father or the father turns on the mother. I'm sure there's going to be a crack any moment now. I know, Scott H. Sorry. Let me slow it down. I don't know why I talk so fast. Fast and loud. Fast and loud is how we do it over here. Hey, Phoenix Rising. Good morning. Good morning, Jen. Everybody coming in. Oh, stop it. Has anyone confirmed he was at the football game? Did I miss that? Cool, Pops. I think you'll find this one very sad and interesting. Good morning, Angel Chips. Fast and Furious. I do think it will move fast for sure. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. So that the father has previous charges, one of them being willful child cruelty. Willful child cruelty. But they aren't cooperating police. Nope, they sure aren't. Fast and loud, that's how I like my coffee. Oh, I appreciate that, Scott. Hey, Scoose. Hot car thing. What do you mean by that, Jersey lady? Hot car thing. Yeah, so neither of them will take a lie detector. They're both now refusing to cooperate. They lawyered up, but I hate when people use that as a negative. Anybody who is going to be speaking with police should have a lawyer, guilty or not. So I don't, I don't use that against people. Oh, thank you, Lita B. I had to take some preemptive moves to protect myself over this weekend, so I changed their diapers in the car seat. Really? Hmm. The black eye does not look fresh. Hey, Lindsay. Good morning. A question: the baby was seen at the game. Yeah, that would be a good thing to know. When was the last time this baby was seen outside of, the mother and the father? All good questions. I've changed lots in a car. I don't think I really ever did. By hot car thing, I mean when kids are left in a hot car. Oh, do you think that's what happened here? I have to, Julie's Crafton. It sucks when somebody's gunning for you and acts like you're gunning for them. It's the biggest gaslight of the century. Quite annoying. I don't know much about this story, but I've seen it everywhere lately. Okay, well, we will cover it all. He was seen at the game. Hot car makes sense, unfortunately. Well, okay, but the hot car doesn't make much sense when you add in the fact that supposedly blood was found at their house, right? So therefore, the hot car wouldn't make sense. Hey, Lucky, good morning. 1 second, please. Okay. Sorry about that. So the basis of the story is obviously this little baby. Oh, I don't have the phone on the screen. I apologize. Susan Smith is the vibes I keep getting as well. Definitely Susan Smith vibes. So he's a 7-month-old baby, and the mother claims that she was outside of a Big Five store changing the baby's diaper, and all she heard was "Hola," and then she remembers nothing. Remembers nothing at all. Apparently, it just, she just wakes up and the baby's gone. She goes running inside, asking anybody, "Have you seen my baby? Have you seen somebody with the baby?" The answer is no. She calls the police. Now, what I found, let me pull this up first. All right. Hold on. I get excited when it's so much to say. All right. Oh, I got to do it this way. I apologize. Feels weird streaming. I haven't. When you miss so many days, it feels weird.
I fell on the floor, and I said as I got up, I couldn't find my son.
A 7-month-old baby boy was reportedly kidnapped right out of this Big Five parking lot. This is 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, one of 5 children in this family from Cabazon, reportedly kidnapped last night in Yucaipa. Now, his mom told me that they were here last night at a nearby football stadium in Yucaipa with the other kids playing youth football.
One of the things that doesn't make sense is that she had to rush and hurry and buy a mouth guard, because mouth guards, you have to boil them, you have to set them to your size. I don't know if they've changed in the years since, myself or my children have played, but that's normally the way it goes. They're not really instant. I don't know if they make instant ones now. I wouldn't doubt it. But hi, I'm just 57. Good morning. She sounds so fake. I know. No tears, no actual tears. Hey, Laura. No actual tears.
And she had to run down here to Big Five to buy some equipment for her stepson, specifically a mouth guard. When she got here to the parking lot, she says that's when she noticed her 7-month-old's diaper needed to be changed. So she says she got out of her truck, went around to the back, and laid him down on the seat to
See, now that alone sounds suspicious, right? Because you're leaving a baseball game, you're driving down the street to supposedly buy this mouth guard. While you're driving, you notice, hey, Kraken, that your baby needs their diaper changed. So it's like, how do you notice at that point, right? I don't, it's just something feels, obviously, because we now know there's much more to it. They do have no boil mouth guards now. Okay, thank you, Ministry of Defense. I didn't know that. Kathy with the 89, thank you. I know Fuse will be lower because everybody loves Crap Show, even though everybody claims they want to move on from it. But, Well, Loki's mom, I mean, really, though, I don't know. I don't know about that.
change his diaper when she was attacked from behind.
I got him out of the car seat, and I laid him down so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember. And I saw white. And the hearing sound, I fell on the floor, and
I mean, come on, who's buying that, right? And sounds like somebody else when they're crying their victimhood on YouTube. And It's horrible acting, horrible acting. She's obviously trying to speak the way she feels somebody who is, in distraught speaks, and it just doesn't come across very genuine at all.
And I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked around my truck, and I ran into Big Five. And I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no. It was a happy boy. He smiled.
Whoever took our son.
He was a happy boy. Cousin also said floor. I'm sorry, what do you mean by that? Can you elaborate, brainworms? I apologize. The floor of the car. Good morning, Pristine.
He was a happy boy. He smiled.
Whoever took our son.
He was a happy boy. Recently, he smiled. He was a happy boy. I don't understand that.
Please give him back.
The search for this 7-month-old baby boy continues. Police and the family desperate to find out where he is.
So I don't know about any of you, but none of that appeared fair. It seemed orchestrated. Think they meant ground, but said the floor instead. Like I woke up on the floor. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay. Then you have, okay, so we have all of that, right? That's her storyline. Then there's some of the women who work at the store, okay, are claiming that a week prior they came in asking about the camera system because they claimed their car was broken into. Now, if that's true, that would be very, very odd within itself. It's almost like they're looking for a place that does have cameras, which again makes you wonder, when was the last time the baby was seen? And yes, the grandma kind of throws them under the bus, which good on her. That one I don't get. Did she say wake up? Did she wake up on the floor of the car or on the ground of the car? All of it unfortunately sus. And I do think if that were the case, she'd have a lot more than just a black eye, right? Hold on. I mean, it's a very, very minimal damage for somebody who claims like an event. Like, so you imagine the car doors open, right? It's a van or whatever, and you're changing a baby, so you're kind of leaning into the car. Excuse me. Makes me wonder if she moved the car seat over, whatever. She's leaning in the car, changing a diaper, and somebody says, "Hola." She turns around and she gets knocked out. She gets punched in the face. Then does she then bang her head on the car door and fall down? I mean, there's a lot of questions. That's my major question. Right. And somebody would have heard the commotion, seen the commotion. There's a lot missing to it. And if they went to any stores asking the same, that's a good point. The grandmother. Let's listen to her. We also have the fact that they had a 2-year-old, excuse me, removed from their home. All right. Now, the way JLR does videos is hysterical, but it's the most convenient way to get you guys the information quickly.
Breaking news, breaking news. The grandmother of missing 7-month-old baby, Emmanuel Haro.
You guys say I yell. JLR really yells. All right, here we go.
Missing Emmanuel Haro. His family is desperately searching for him.
I'm Mary Boyce Housen. I'm the mother of Rebecca's mom. Jake is Emmanuel is my grandson.
The little boy from Yucaipa.
From Yucaipa is my grandson. Please help us find him. You know, if you have him, please return him. We don't want nothing. We will not do anything. Just leave the baby somewhere where we can find him, somewhere that is safe for him. Please, I'm begging you to please just do the right thing for this baby. He's only a little baby. He doesn't know nothing, okay? Can't talk. He can't just say nothing, okay? So please just return the baby, please.
Emmanuel
Emmanuel Haro, yes.
7 months old,
7 months old,
about 20 pounds,
20, 20 pounds, yes.
wearing a black Nike onesie.
Wednesday, yes.
His mother,
She's not doing good, she's heartbroken,
she was injured.
Yes, she was injured. She was knocked out.
There's no video.
No video. Store doesn't have video.
Do we know exactly where it happened?
It's
Exactly.
right here. The truck was parked here.
Here in this.
Right here in this parking space. The truck was parked here. And she got out of the truck to change the baby. And when she got out, she was trying to get the diapers, the bag, to change the baby because he had pooped before she went into the store.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that all of a sudden, they just say hola, and they hit her and knocked her out. And she said all I saw was white. She says when I came to, she started running into the store and asked.
It doesn't even appear to me that injury would be enough to knock you out to the point where you're seeing white and then like falling asleep, right? It doesn't fit. If anybody like to come up and go through this with me, you're more than welcome to. I dropped the link in the chat.
If anybody had seen the baby, they said no, so she ran all around the store looking for the baby or for somebody, and call 911.
Convenient timing.
That's all I can tell you.
Do we know how long she was unconscious, or was she unconscious?
She was unconscious. No.
Is there any witnesses that we know of?
No witness, no.
Any leads at all? Any the police? Any?
They don't tell us nothing. That's the worst thing, that they don't tell us nothing.
I'm so sorry for.
Keep your eyes open for this baby.
You know what? I don't know about. No, there was no other babies in the car, but can you imagine what those babies would know? It would be hard because one appears to be like a little over 2, maybe 3. But yeah, good morning, Watermelon Moonshine. Blackout from being hit, everything goes dark. Yeah, I remember when I was knocked out in a car accident. I wasn't white. I remember being able to hear everything around me, but like not open my eyes, kind of thing. Like I forced myself to kind of wake up. Months ago, that was bad enough. We had to get his face X-rayed. Never lost consciousness. And again, the way she's saying, they said hola, and she turns around, it's very reminiscent of Susan Smith. Dax even says she never say the baby at the game. Never say the baby at the game. Brick wall, got a black eye, but it took forever to go away. Yeah, maybe like shock you for a second, like, oh, like step you back, but to like really knock you out. Oh, what a shame.
Please, just. No, we just lost a grandson. We just buried a grandson last Tuesday, but we can't go through this again. Please, just bring us the baby. Just
this poor woman.
Tell us where he's at. Just leave him somewhere safe, please.
This poor woman.
Do our best to help you.
Go through this again.
All right, this is the public Facebook profile of Mary Bushausen. This is Emmanuel's grandmother. This is Rebecca's mother, because Rebecca used to be Rebecca Bushausen. And I'm looking down the profile here. She posted something July 27th on someone here, rest in peace. And then just 3 days ago, she made a post, but it looks like it's not available. And then 3 days ago, purchased some, post that she makes, but I don't see, she's out there. She was at the scene, but I don't see her making any posts on Facebook, and she actively uses it because she was just posting 3 days ago. I don't see her making any posts about the missing baby, Emmanuel. You would think that, the grandmother and family members of Emmanuel on the Haro side and this side here of the family would at least make social media posts saying, hey, this child has been kidnapped. I mean, that's, she's making other posts. She obviously made other this post here As you know, it's irrelevant here. But my point is, why make other posts and not post about the child on social?
And I agree with him. Why wouldn't you post about the child? That is suspicious within itself. I totally agree. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that 57. I was punched in the eye so hard it knocked me out. I had busted vessels in my eye and was bruised from nose to temple for over a week. Right. This type of punch just seems very minimal. I mean, there's a little tiny bruising. There's no like swelling. There's nothing to indicate she was knocked out by a man to the point where she went unconscious. Seen in a bar before this happened with a black eye? I'd be curious about that. What is it? They were told not to? OG Shorty, I don't know what you're referring to.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the news at 10. I'm Creed Winter.
And hi, I'm Courtney Friel, in tonight for Rick Chambers. Now at 10 o'clock, where is baby Emmanuel? It has been over 48 hours since anyone has seen the 7-month-old who was reported missing by his mother in San Bernardino County.
And tonight, investigators saying they cannot rule out foul play in his disappearance. The boy's mother says that she was attacked Thursday in the parking lot of a Big Five in Yucaipa, and that the attacker took off with her baby.
Now, deputies say there are inconsistencies with her account of what happened. KTLA5's Sarah Welsh joins us live in San Bernardino with the latest on this story. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Clark, good evening. And
First, come back, please.
does anybody else find the poster odd too? Missing kid? Missing kid? Like it's a dog or something, right? Like I had similar photos up when I couldn't find my cat, missing cat. Like it just seems very odd. Missing kid. That may be just picking on, the verbiage here, but the dad is court in early September for having a weapon on probation. That'll be an interesting day in court. I think he'll be arrested prior to then. The GoFundMe for grandson was he passed from fentanyl overdose. Grandson has a long history of crimes, weapons, etc. Rebecca's brother in prison 50 years, for staging a unaliving scene. Oh, that's a good question. Why is he in a hoodie? Dad is only wearing long sleeve. Who wears a hoodie in 100 degrees? I agree. Who made the flyers? The family? I don't know. These two don't seem extremely intelligent, unfortunately, Jess, so it may be the way they talk. So that would be like they made the posters, right? Right, like missing kid, not my son's missing, my baby's missing kid. Many Tennessee vacation, my granddaughter and boyfriend, they had long sleeves on. Hey, Megan. Is it really pretty in pink? 20 minutes from you? That's really sad. What's even more sad is that there's so much attention on this right now that it's really not necessary for people to clickbait, but there is a lot of clickbait going on. Now, the one thing I find interesting that I think leads me to believe there will be an arrest coming soon is the fact that they've allegedly found blood in the laundry room. I think it's only a matter of time before they're arrested, if not already arrested. Excuse me. Her left eye in another video looked like she had makeup on. It's covering an old bruise. That would be interesting. Actually has a lot to do with this. There's a lot of similarities because Susan Smith at first stated her children were abducted by a black man. She did the whole weeks of standing in front of cameras claiming that she was forced and her kids were stolen from her. And there's similarities here. Absolutely a lot of similarities. Matter of fact, we can roll it back to Susan Smith's story if you like, because obviously there are some things you forget. But no, she absolutely went with the narrative that she was carjacked with her children in it. And spent a lot of times before the news, just like this woman, fake crying and pleading. Which is similar. This woman claims here that, it was a Spanish man. Yeah, no, Susan Smith is the first person that came, not just to my mind, but many people's minds. Absolutely sick woman. We know we just recently covered that she was up for parole and everybody came together and said absolutely not. The father of the boys spoke and it was very emotional. was there late sometime darkness last night. I'm remembering that, and she went to a sketch artist, and described her husband's features, saying the guy was black. They're afraid to be out. Oh, that's a good point, Jen Sparky. Good morning, everybody coming in. Susan was a better actress, horribly. It was implied, man, OG Shorty. But that is a good point. They never quite really said it, huh?
Give our son back, please.
Where is 7-month-old Emmanuel? His parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro, say someone kidnapped their baby outside this Big Five in Yucaipa after assaulting Rebecca Haro and knocking her out cold.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said hola, and I didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor. And I didn't see Emmanuel.
Haro says she was parked in front of the store about to change her son's diaper when someone came up behind and assaulted her. She claims she was struck in the face but wasn't able to get a look at who did it before they took off with her son. But investigators say there are inconsistencies with Haro's initial statement, and because of that, they cannot rule out foul play.
They're not going to hurt their baby. That couple were just homebodies.
The baby's grandmother is adamant the couple is innocent. She says Emmanuel is her daughter's pride and joy and that she waited years to have a baby boy of her own. The grandmother also says investigators asked her daughter to take a lie detector test, but her husband said no until they had a lawyer.
She's just going crazy, she can't handle it anymore.
She says her daughter is receiving death threats and her 2-year-old has been removed from the home. As the search for baby Emmanuel goes on 48 hours after his mother claims someone ran off with him.
If she is innocent, that would be really sad. You know what this just reminded me of, and I'm not sure why, because, this is close to the border. I see you guys saying that in the chat, and we do know that there's horrible people in this world that do horrible things. Did anybody else see that it was recently implied that Sebastian Rogers his disappearance is tied to Jeffrey Epstein? Did anybody else see that? Sister father made a Facebook Live and now has deleted the whole account. I seen it. We'll play that. I haven't done any research, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Random abduction of babies unless it is a parental custody type thing. Oh, you guys didn't see that? No, I'm not kidding you. I wish I were kidding you. Yeah. Hold on. I'll email it to myself so you can see it. I know a lot of us don't look that direction, but yes, it was absolutely stated. Which is quite honestly just so stupid. One second. It's not that close with traffic. I think they're trying to use the ice raise tension as a scapegoat with the Spanish speaking suspects. Ah, I see what you're saying. I'm not kidding you, Peekaboo. I wish I were. I wish I were. They're obviously kidding you. I am not. It's It's a gross attempt to try to tie two trending things, or not. Sebastian's not trending. I apologize. He should be. He would be. He's not. But it's simply a way to use current client. Ugh, it's disgusting. Good morning, Chicago, Bonnie. Well, Jeffrey Epstein was deceased, so there's simply no way he could have done that. It's really gross. Well, I didn't send to myself yet. Ay. Hold on one second. Sorry, I don't know why it's not sending to myself yet. Did they find a baby? No, unfortunately not. But what they did find, supposedly they found, was blood in the laundry room. There, let's see if this one sends to myself. No, but extremely interesting about Epstein. That's just so stupid. On a missing 7-month-old, why were parents wearing long sleeve shirts in South California in summer? Some people are saying the father may have done that. Well, somebody in the chat just wrote this, and I agree with them. If he has any sorts of like tattoos that are quite, he's not quite proud of, I can see him wearing long sleeve to cover them to stop public perception, if you will, and judgment. But that will happen anyway. So here this is. Huge thanks to our friends at AI Whitebridge. AI concerns me. Anyway, in the search for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and our efforts investigating posthumous human trafficking channels allegedly linked to Jeffrey Epstein. How ridiculous is that? The parents' backyard had tons of blue barrels with white tops. Apple bottom jeans, welcome back, my friend. Of course it's these clowns. Is it any other clowns other than these ones every single time? It reminds me of when they stated that Sebastian was like the capital. And when people stormed it, which I still don't understand what they meant by that. Right, Sue. I agree. People just don't want to accept that. I agree, Lindsay Lee. I agree. All right, now I'm going to play Where the Aunt Speaks. I'm just going to pull up the first one that comes up. I will say I don't like using this guy's videos for obvious reasons because I feel like he's the one that set everything into rotation regarding Sebastian Rogers and everybody being sued, and yet has not spoke on it. I am happy to see that his views are down, that he tried a second channel that has not been very successful because quite honestly, he doesn't deserve it. You know what? I'm not going to use his video. Hold on. We are not going to use that video. Here we go. This one. Of course, she put it up and then she quickly removed it. Yep, you guessed it. Hey, Archie, good morning. But even if it was a hot car accident, don't you think you're better off just admitting as much? Like just saying like, hey, horrible tragedy. Why would you go through all these steps to paint it as otherwise instead of saying like, yes, it was a horrible car accident, a hot car accident. It happens all the time, unfortunately. I don't know how it still happens, but it does. Good morning, Sleuthy. Oh, changed. Stormy, it has been a long time. Where have you been?
He was abducted last night in front of the Big Five. Now, there are stories going around that some of you have fabricated.
Listen, tell me if I'm wrong here. I'm an aunt, right? I have one niece, and I love her to death. If my niece was ever missing, I would never be so calm. And this is part I'll never understand. Why do these people always, who cares what rumors are? The first thing this woman starts off with is like, you guys are spreading rumors. Who cares? Your nephew is missing. Why are you even making a video addressing rumors? Find the baby.
And I'm just on here just to tell you guys what transpired. So my sister-in-law and my brother, they were at my older nephew's football practice, and he needed a new mouth guard. So instead of taking everybody, my sister-in-law opted to go, and she only took the baby, which is Emmanuel. And when she got there, she realized the baby had went to the bathroom in his diaper. So, as any mom would, which is crazy.
You know what just dawned on me? Good morning, Cherish. What just dawned on me is there a dirty diaper in the car? Did the police at least find a dirty diaper? Hey, just for you. I hope you have a great day, Kraken. I think the husband did something and the mother knows, but might be too scared to say something. Yeah, I get that. Everyone always sounds so slow in their speech. I know, Buck Cherry, and I'm so quick. I just speak so fast. No photos of the sweet little boy smiling, and the mother did mention he just smiled, which is odd for 7 months old, but okay. There's also chatter. Nobody saw the baby at the football field. Right. She's just repeating what she heard. Exactly.
Crazy because a lot of you women are judging her for even changing a baby's diaper in the car, which is.
Guys, and remember, this is what I was questioning. Was it in the store? Blame her for that. I mean,
Every child one way or another. She's a great mother, so everything you guys are saying about her, first of all, you don't know her, and show some compassion. Like she just had her.
You know what? This is why I hate social media, right? Because again, we're in the midst of everything. This is like straight after the baby's reported missing, and yet the aunt's on here making a TikTok video and addressing rumors, and it's just like I hate comparing it, but I spent so much time going over it that it's the only comparison I can get. It's just like them, the Green team claiming that because of rumors online, they were unable to complete their search efforts for Sebastian. It's ridiculous. You don't have to address, you don't have to listen, you don't have to hear it. It's so aggravating. It's like they just want this woman, in my opinion, is putting herself above this baby right now. She has ever spoken. That's what she chooses to address. Right. That's what I'm saying. No pleading for the baby. No, my nephew's missing. Please, God, help us. Forget all your rumors. If you believe them or not, just help us find the baby. No, it's, I'm going to defend them. They're great parents, blah, blah, blah. I agree. Crazy. I mean, it's obvious. Other dead people helping us search the building. He had gotten into the bathroom, couldn't get out. That's terrifying.
Son taken from her. And also, back to what I was saying, so she realized that he had went to the bathroom on himself. Of course, he's a baby. And she laid him down in the back. Her back was turned. She was about to change him. She was getting everything prepared. And
okay, now that makes no dang sense. OG Fish, thank you for the 5 gifted. Oh, yeah, I already addressed that one where they said the car was broken into. Hey, J-Dub, 15 months. Thank you so much. So right there's where this is odd, right? Her back was turned to the baby. Now, again, imagine yourself in a van. The car door's open. There's no real way to have your back turned. There's just not. I mean, think about it. Listen to what she just said.
She laid him down in the back. Her back was turned. She was about to change him. She was getting.
Her back was turned to what? The outside of the car? Turned to what? It doesn't even make sense. Turned to what? Pristine with the 40 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. That doesn't even make sense to me. Her back was turned. Okay. Big fight a day before asking it. So apparently it was a week before, Cherish Your Sparkle. Apparently a week before they went inside asking them if there's any cameras because their car was broken into. If that's true, that's a major red flag. I mean, it's again, I wouldn't be shocked if they're being arrested right now, to be honest. It just doesn't make sense.
Everything prepared, and she felt like a tap on her shoulder. She turned around and all she heard was "Hola," and before she could even see this person, acknowledge this person, whatever the case may be, he socked her in the face.
He socked her in the face. I've been very blessed. I've been very blessed with moderators they're my friends that have been here for years. I don't judge at all, but I'm judging they both have something to do with it. It's a feeling, isn't it? I mean, come on now. There's no urgency to any, even this aunt right here, there's no urgency. This person referred to the suspect as he, but mom said it was a lady. I didn't catch that mom said it was a lady. I felt like she never even told us if it was a male or female, just hola. These typos and missing words in my comments today. Crazy agrees. First time we heard he. Seems addressing the rumors are more important. Right. Wouldn't you be anxious right now? My nephew's missing. Who cares about the rumors? Keep looking, please. Well, and that's why I was asking Scoos Baby, because if they found a dirty diaper, that would lead credibility to her story. But now she never even got a chance to change the diaper. Very interesting. Very interesting. There we go. Look, OG Fish with 37 months and claims that I blocked her for a time being. So it would be higher, but I disagree. I think she's fibbing on me. I never blocked my friend. I don't get that part. He tapped on her shoulder and she turned around, but she didn't see the person. Well, at first she never even said tap. She just said that, hola, and then poof, socked, knocked out. It makes no dang sense.
And she ended up blacking out. He knocked her out and she fell to the floor. And next thing you know, as she came to, she woke up. She was looking around for the baby.
Now, that's a stupid statement too, right? Because if you're standing at the car, again, a van, the door's open. I don't know where you're turning to get diapers and wipes, but whatever. Away from the baby. If you got knocked out, you'd hit the car door. But if you really get knocked out cold and you hit the ground, you're hitting cement. You're hitting a parking lot. There's no other injury to this woman. No other injury at all. That's what I think, Sarah. It must have been one of the other mods. I don't know which. Good morning, Crime Reels. Right, they keep saying the floor. The floor. What floor? Would have been the cement. A lot of people agree with you. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like the black eye doesn't look fresh. And while you're at it, would you mind hitting the thumbs up, please? Right, what floor? The car floor, the ground? What floor? That doesn't make sense. Well, that's why I believe it was 8 p.m., right? There wasn't many people around. The whole story just stinks.
The baby was gone. She started panicking, screaming, crying. She called the police. She ran into Big 5 to see if they had cameras outside or if anybody had witnessed anything. And nobody apparently did.
Now, guys, I find this is weird.
I agree with you, lady. I find this is weird as well. One, why are you going to run around looking for a baby knowing the baby can't even walk? Okay. Oh, the black eye was confirmed to be about 9 days old per police. Do you know where that was at, Petty? I have not seen that yet, but that is very interesting. Do you all think that maybe they were planning? So if they went in a week prior, allegedly, we don't know if it's true, but let's go with this true. They go in a week prior and they say, excuse me, do you have any cameras? Our car was broken into. Do you think at that point the punch took place because it was going to be then that they did it, but they chickened out for some reason? Is there any eyewitnesses on this baby within that week time period? Was the baby at the football game that night? I mean, again, they could have had anything in a car seat and just covered it with a blanket and people would think the baby was there. Good morning, Sherry. And why do people think they can get away with crimes in 2025? Crimes involving babies. Remember the family that crashed themselves into the car and the baby, they couldn't find the baby. And then if we find out the baby was already deceased. Oh, it breaks my heart. Thank you for the super sticker, Sherry. Good morning to you. I think they did it much earlier. Well, me too. I'm not even reading this, Sarah. Don't you dare. They know where that baby is. I agree. Seen the baby in the car. When the kid she dropped off, seen the baby in the car. Well, it's a good question. I'm sure they're not interrogating. I'm sure they're sitting down with specialists with the babies to get whatever they can. The homie guy that does underground film in the area said that he has a video showing the bruise on August 3rd. He hadn't shown it yet. He should get that out there. Hey, Phoenix. Other children said that the baby was not at the football field. Hey, AT. I agree. I don't think we're looking for a missing baby either. Ali brought in cadaver dogs. Yes, and the cadaver dogs had a hit. This is going to be just like that one baby we covered. What about the story you covered about the woman on the side of the road claiming her child was kidnapped? Turned out to be a lie. That's what I'm saying. There's unfortunately so many of them. And the dad also has he's on probation for willful child cruelty. Now, what would, let's see. What would that equate to? So it encompasses actions that intentionally inflict or permit a child to suffer unjustifiable physical pain, mental suffering, or be placed in situations where their health or well-being are endangered. As this definition includes, but is not limited to, physical abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. Oh, why did they even still have these children? This is where CPS fails all the time. Not take children they don't want to raise to a shelter and say, can't do this. So it's funny you say that, because over the weekend, my mother was sharing with me that when she was a child, she had a neighbor lady who had a 5-year-old son. She had older boys as well, but the 5-year-old, she never bonded with him. She never liked him. She never whatever. So she wanted to get rid of him. And my mom still remembers as a child the day that this boy left, and he left with 2 brown grocery bags and a family. And that was it. They never saw him again. Apparently the neighbor behind them offered to take the boy in, but they said, no, it's too close to where the mother lives. And that's the kind of conversation I had as well. Like, on one hand, congratulations and good on the woman for admitting that she just didn't bond with this child and not taking the child's life. But then, you have the fact of, like, how can that be? Willful omission, the neglect must be intentional. Right, not just an accidental oversight. That's very sad, isn't it? I can't find it. It was a news clip. Oh, thank you, Peek. I'll keep an eye out. That could be it, Winnie. That could be it when he says, babies for benefits. I wonder, did Emmanuel have any diagnosis? Oh, that's okay, Sarah. The mom's brother is in prison. I know. Yeah. Seems the whole family's just, quite effed up. Oh, thank you, Choo Choo. It's really sad because you hear cases like this, and we're talking about a 7-month-old baby, right? And babies, obviously, a 7-month-old is not getting up and running out on their own. But then we see people take the same actions, like when it comes to a 15-year-old. Doesn't he have gun drug charges? The whole family seems to be a hot mess. No diagnosis, just lazy eye. Okay. Well, that's what's happening right now, Peekaboo, right? Like, I can't compete with people that have obvious clickbait. I'm not going to show, like, a father arrested when he's not arrested. And, you deal with that every day. Dan said no diagnosis, lazy eye. Okay. Oh, it's heartbreaking. Because the fact is, they said that he just started smiling. Isn't 7 months a little late to start smiling? Maybe I should go back over to the aunt speaking. I mean, what is wrong with even the aunt here that there's no urgency. There's no, like, pleading for the baby. There's just like, you guys are saying
anything. And then There's no cameras
Hey,
outside.
girl.
We're so baffled because how are there no cameras outside? Like,
Oh, that reminds me, the no cameras outside. Can we talk about while the mother's giving the first interview, one of the first things she mentioned is there's no cameras outside? Are you kidding me? Oh, how convenient is that? And the fact that the mother even brings it up. Why are you bringing it up? Why are you even stating that there's no cameras? That was just so bizarre. It was like, oh, wow. Did you plan that perfectly? Or, no cameras. There was no cameras. It wasn't even necessary to bring up at that point. Yeah, I don't like the way it was said. It is weird. It's very weird. So we come over here, right? It states, late last night, search warrants were executed at the Haro residence. Cadaver dogs were brought in and reportedly detected blood inside the home. While the source of that blood has not yet been identified, the discovery is being taken seriously. Witnesses also report investigators began digging in the backyard, though no confirmed findings have been announced at this time. The 2-year-old sister was also removed from the home. Law enforcement has called off broad search efforts for Emmanuel and has not requested additional outside assistance. Yeah, that suggests that investigators may have moved away from treating this case strictly as a missing child search. Legend that one day before Emmanuel's disappearance, the Haros visited Big 5 to ask if surveillance cameras covered the parking lot. I heard it was a week prior. This mother had no tears. What is this? He got away with it once. Let's not let him get away with it again. Used to work with Jake at Walmart. He should be the prime suspect in all this. I'm not going to go into detail, but his previous relationship didn't end so well. He's crazy, and he beat one of his kids so bad it caused severe brain damage to the child. The child was not the same. Let's just be real here. Jake should be the number one suspect. If that's true, wouldn't he have far more than probation for willful child cruelty if that's what received him that charge? With the grandmother's interview, did she not say we just buried a grandson last Tuesday? Yes. Apparently he OD'd. Hey, Shay B. Did you find it? Petty, you're welcome to come up if you like. Anybody's welcome to come up if you like. And they think he are lying about what happened. Oh, of course. That's interesting about him having previously beaten a child. Oh, well, of course, her brother is violent. We know that he's in jail for framing for murder. Oh, here we go. Let's check this out. Tell me what you guys think of this. Hey, Chatty Jen, it's been a while. He had a 72-month suspended sentence. This is interesting. So this is a local that says, one, this happened just minutes after sunset, so it was still pretty light out with very good visibility into that parking lot. The parking lot is off a very busy boulevard that is about 50 feet away with lots of surrounding businesses. Someone would have seen something. This happened at 7:45 p.m., but her son's football practice was at the 7th Street Park, which is scheduled from 6 to 8. Why would she need to go get a mouth guard during the last 15 minutes of practice? Oof, that's interesting. That's interesting. Her husband has prior felonies for child abuse and child endangerment. The dogs they deployed got no scent of the child in that parking lot. The story has consistently changed, and when called out about her inconsistency, she refused to speak further to the police. No tears from the parents. They referred to him in past tense. That we've noticed. They do refer in past tense. Absolutely. Yeah, it's how I feel like BJ, constantly trying to shove shit down at us. There are very few photos in existence of this child that were able to be shared for better identification. Now, I noticed that, and I thought, okay, a lot of times parents don't share every single photo. But did anybody else notice none of these photos seem to be very clear photos of this baby? Did anybody else get that? Like, all right, here, let me show you. If you simply type in Emmanuel's name, you go to images, there's about 3 photos that are rotating, and none of them are very clear photos. This is the clearest one right here. And I'm sorry to say, but it makes me wonder if the mother was embarrassed. LA News says she had disconnected her phone. I hope they're staying watch on these 2. I don't trust them one bit. I mean, when my babies were 7 months old, my phone was full of pictures. I mean, 50 pictures of them just eating a banana, for freak's sake. You know what I'm saying? Wow, she left the practice at 7 p.m. to drive a mile or so. But the call wasn't until 7:47. That's why she's trying to state that she ran all over looking for the baby, which is ridiculous. Hey, Keto Kim. Good morning. It's a shitty story at that, CJK. Very shitty. And the 911 call, she says it was an Asian gang. Is the 911 call out there? I have not heard that. The mother's brother is currently in prison. We know that. They do not live in the city yet. She said in an interview she knew there were no cameras or lights in the parking lot, which says she scoped it out prior. I agree. That's so true. Who's going to walk up and say, hola? 180 days in jail. See, that's sick. If this man was charged with child cruelty, which we know he was, willful child cruelty, the fact that he was allowed around any children, especially while on probation, he should have been in jail. This is where I often say, and we see this a lot in these cases, CPS fails these children all the time. I get it. They're overworked. They're understaffed. But it is our most important governmental program. And the fact that we don't invest more money into it and treat the employees better so there's a bigger chance of people, applying for the job, it honestly makes me sick. Makes me sick. If this man really beat his previous child so badly, the child has severe brain damage, why is he even around babies? Oh, absolutely. It should be our top priority. It should take precedence over every other program we have. But, it doesn't. And we hear of children dying in CPS. We hear of children being failed by CPS. I was just thinking that, Ministry of Defense. I have more photos of my cat. They need to get help. This is ridiculous, right? The government needs to treat it better. Our kids don't mean what we say they do, or we collectively would do better when it comes to our children. Well, here we are, right? Right, Kenneth. And if he was going to be allowed around children, why weren't they constantly checked up on? Oh, breaks my heart. Well, and that's what I'm saying, Kimberly. Who would even know there was a baby there? I can't get my cat Crocs yet because they're never in stock. But yes, I will have a cat that rocks Crocs soon. You don't change a baby in a hot car where the temperature is in the upper 90s that day. I'm with you. And the fact that, conveniently, she didn't get a chance to change the diaper. So, of course, there's no poopy diaper laying around to prove the story. They were at the sports store. Right. I did as well. CPS workers have to follow the rules, and they now push for family reunification. No, I won't give them that excuse anymore. Ms. Schwitz, good morning. That's what I'm saying. It's very reminiscent of Susan Smith. She lied about her boys. The fake sniffs, fake distressed voice, fake vocal inflections, and the fake labor breathing sound identical to this lady. Sporting goods store to change him. Right, Lindsay. Why not go inside to change them? I agree. All right, let's pull it up. Gosh, she's so gross. All right, let's take a Let's take a little gander here. I've shared with you all before that I was a witness on trial for the state of a mother who, despite CPS intervention, her and her boyfriend were able to beat her baby to death. CPS was at the house for a meeting the day this baby was brought down into a doctor's office not breathing. There are messages from the mother telling the boyfriend to hide in the bedroom and not answer the door. CPS, despite this woman evading them 3 times for 3 set visits, never once called the police and demanded that they answer the door. Every single time they did a little knocky knock and they walk away. This time they walked away and that baby was deceased. And he had unbelievable markings all over his entire little body. I'll never unsee that image. That's why I don't play around when it comes to CPS and people weaponize them because they dislike somebody. It is already an understaffed and overwhelmed program. And we end up with cases like this where CPS should be involved, but they're not following through. Here's Susan Smith for those who forget and who said it's not comparable. Let's remember what Susan Smith said.
At this point, based on what happened last night, do you know anything better about it now than you did last night?
No. They've got people everywhere looking for them. You can hear the helicopters are there, and but they haven't seen anything, and it's crazy. And it's been since 9 o'clock last night, and I really thought that when it got daylight, they would find them just in a heartbeat, but
Was there anything about the demeanor of the man that gives you concern?
No, in fact, when he made me get out of the car, I tried to get my children. I just begged him, please let me take them. And he said no, he didn't have time because they were in car seats and it was going to take time for me to get them out of the car seat. And
remember when listening to this, everything she's saying is a damn lie. Oh, sick how well these people can lie.
He just told me, he said, but I won't hurt them. And he just took off. But he had a gun. And my big thing is they were screaming, hollering, crying, and I'm just scared that he just lost his patience or something, I don't know. All I'm doing is just praying and just keeping my faith that they're going to be okay.
You've never seen this guy before?
No, sir. Never.
And he just came out of the blue?
I was stopped at a red light, and I was looking this way, looking toward the left, and it was just like...
Isn't it amazing that she was looking a different direction, as was Rebecca? Rebecca Haro claims that she was looking the other direction, gathering diapers and wipes. Again, ask yourselves how, if you're outside of a van, the baby's laying on the back seat, what other direction can you be looking? Doesn't even make sense.
Just in a second, he was in my car. He just opened the car door, and I just screamed. I said, what are you doing? He just shut up and drive. And he had a gun, and he was poking it in my side, and told me to drive. And so I drove, and I was trying to ask him one time, why, what do you want? Please just, don't hurt me or the children. He said, and he never said anything. All he ever told me was, shut up or I'll kill you. He said, don't say anything else. And
oh, shut up or I'll kill you. Okay. Van, you heard truck. I've heard Van this whole time. What have you all heard in the chat? She does sound a little convincing, and that's what's scary about it. That's what's scary.
Children were crying, and I was trying to tell them, that it was okay, that, don't worry. And he would, and he let me talk to them. And then we just got maybe 3 or 4 miles down the road, and he told me, he said, I want you to stop. And I said, stop right here. He said, yeah, stop right here. And it was just in the middle of the road. And
this whole story's fabricated. How creepy is that? The whole story is fabricated. Right, I agree. Even if you look the other direction, because the baby, 7 months old, they roll about, they roll around. Oh, it's so eerie. And meanwhile, she knows where her children really are and that they're deceased. She knows it.
I stopped, and he told me to get out. And I was in the driver's side. He was in the passenger side. And so I opened the door. I said, I'm going to get my children before I go. He said, no, you can't. He said, I don't have time for that. He just, and sort of pushed me on out the door, helped me get on out the door, and he slammed the door and took off. And I ran to the closest house that I could. And
I'm really sorry.
Oh, shut up, Susan. Shut up, Susan. Oh, Jacqueline and Terrell West. Yep. Can't forget them. I'm so glad she was denied bail as well. Or I'm sorry, not bail. Parole, I'm sorry. That was powerful when the father came out and spoke. I mean, at one point he was consoling her throughout all of this. Do you think that's what will happen in this case? Do you think Rebecca or Jake will turn on each other? I know. No. She was up for parole like last year. She was up for parole and everybody came together. The father asked, I made a video about it. The biological father of the boys asked that everybody write to parole and asked that she not come out. And yeah, she was not granted parole. It was a powerful moment. Was there a history of drug abuse? That's a good question. We know that it does run in the family. If we look at what happened to the uncle of Emmanuel. Let's pull this up. Sorry. The fact that they found blood, I mean, this baby's. You know what? In the community saying justice for Emmanuel. They don't believe it either.
Concern and questions continue to grow tonight over the whereabouts of a missing baby in Yucaipa. Tonight, a candlelight vigil was held for 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, who has been missing since Thursday. His mother has said she was attacked and knocked unconscious, and when she came to, her baby was gone. But deputies are now revealing there were inconsistencies in her story.
Yeah, the Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo now joined.
Let me pause this for a moment because, you know, it'd be nice try it. You have a good question here. I may be the only one like this, but did you realize what's really going on towards children before you found social media / YouTube? I honestly didn't have a clue it was so bad. This is the issue I take when people say like, oh, crimes weren't this bad back in the 70s. They weren't this bad back in the 80s. No, we live in a time where crime is easily reported across the world, right? So here we are today able to speak about Emmanuel, who's obviously we're all over the world here today speaking about him because of social media. Back then you had your local news and it reported your local. You just didn't have the reach. It didn't have the reach. Crimes did not change. Our access to the crimes did. Thank you, Sam Sleuthen, for hitting the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Sasha, thank you. We can get it a little bit higher, my friends. Good morning, Julie. I think social media just made it more available. Exactly. Way more valuable. I mean, and then look at it, right? It also opened up the doorway for I don't know, do any of you think in a way that our access to this information and to the ability to dissect it and almost play investigators and deep dive and everything, do you think that it has an impact on juries? What's going to happen? I don't know, because there are arguments being made about. I mean, there are arguments being made, right? Brian Koberger, they were arguing if they had court in that area, that a lot of people already have a prejudgment towards him. Lazy Wolf says yes. A lot, yeah, I think it does. A lot of people are saying yes. Do you think it's a good or bad thing? Worse, unfortunately, social media reaches further and more crime and copycats. You think there's a lot of copycats? Interesting. I wonder the same when it comes to all the shootings being reported lately. Yeah. The internet also opened up the victim pool for predators as well. They can now find victims online and go real life. Well, you know, and also you got the people that prey on the victims, the families of victims, right? You got the LARPers, the Ernie Shells, and the all-night media, and all of them who are able to come in on a weak moment and prey on these families that are already vulnerable. I do agree we become desensitized as well. I agree with that, Justin. Could be that the more people hear and become more desensitized, the more it snowballs and becomes more prevalent. That's true. Books out small full blast before a trial is not okay for any fair trial. Well, that's like what who did the documentary on Idaho 4 and they gave out all that inside information? I can't think of which company did that. But that was really bad. Unfortunately, in a way, social media desensitizes us. Absolutely. That was the argument I gave for Sav Girl. I know a lot of people are still angry about what she did, but I personally feel like that girl was desensitized and didn't realize how horrible it would be to show autopsy photos. Wasn't viewed as the same. People often turn the other way, believing it was their business. I'm sorry to hear that, Pop. I'm really sorry. It has to taint juries because we all are addicted to the internet. The only people that are probably good for juries now are elderly that don't rely heavily on social media. I agree. Somebody would have been stalking. Oh, he's been happening. We just have social media now. Exactly. It's just in our faces more. Crafty Resistance with Amy. Thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. Good morning to you. Our course will be forced to catch up to the times eventually. Yeah, I just don't know how they can, right? Doesn't make sense. Hey, Kimberly. Oh, you're saying that. I grew up in San Bernardino County. CPS has been bad since the 80s. My uncle was a sheriff. We would hear stories. There's always been flaws in CPS. There always will be. I was thinking about covering that, Shaby. So Shaby mentioned Roblox and the predator problem. So there's this big creator. He's I believe over 1 million plus subs. And he would do like undercover ops on Roblox to catch predators. And recently Roblox removed him. And there's this big stank about it because, people are angry saying, why would you get rid of this guy who's helping to clean up the internet? But obviously that's not how Roblox is looking at it. So yeah, they didn't steal the vehicle, just the baby. It doesn't make much sense. Just like it doesn't make sense to try to claim that Sebastian Rogers is tied into Epstein Island. Come on. So gross.
Us with this investigation as it continues to unfold.
Sophie Jura, in investigations, deputies typically don't release a lot of information and when it's an active investigation, but they have said a little bit this weekend. They say when the mother's story didn't match up with the first version she originally told them, investigators called her out on it. And the mother of that missing 7-month-old then stopped talking to investigators. But tonight, the community is coming together. They're talking, and it's not in support of those parents.
How do you think? But why would this woman think she can trick the police? I don't get that.
70.
And you know what else I don't get? All right, see how quickly the police are onto these parents? How quickly these police figure out that there's holes in the parent's story, and we will see an upcoming arrest for it. I don't understand how people think parents like Summer Wells' parents, Don and Candace Wells, Katie Proudfoot. I don't know why people think that these people would be able to execute the perfect crime and get away with it. It's nearly impossible to get away with a crime. Gary with the 43 months. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for always being here.
2 hours after little Emmanuel Haro was reportedly kidnapped from a Yucaipa parking lot, this evening police were spotted at the Cabazon home belonging to the 7-month-old's parents. Why they were there tonight or if there are any breaks in this case remains unknown. As investigators asked for the community's patience in this still very active case,
God Almighty, we pray in this moment, Lord, and we
dozens showed up for a vigil, praying for the infant's safe return.
I got a baby at home. I'm going to go home and hug when I get home. I'm extra tighter because it's just that baby's innocent.
Those who showed up to this candlelight vigil focusing on the baby boy and not the growing rumors around town about what might have happened to him.
We could be the voice that he's not here to have, and we can speak and be supportive for him.
Just give him back to me again, please. Don't harm my son.
No tears at all. And that's a pretty healed bruise. You guys are right. Look how healed that bruise is. Right. The only one considered a suspect was Seth, admittedly. Told everybody he's a suspect. Sadly, this has always been happened. Darcella, you're right. Thank you so much for being a member. You're sadly right. See the dinosaurs from Pee-wee's Great Adventure? That's exciting, Stacy. Leilani Simon, yeah. No tears. Healed bruise.
Supportive for him.
Just give him back to me again, please. Don't harm my son.
We first spoke with Emmanuel's parents Friday morning, less than a day after reporting their 7-month-old missing. The boy's mother, Rebecca Haro, told us she was changing her son's diaper in the Big 5 parking lot Thursday night just before 8 p.m. when she was assaulted from behind and knocked out. She's got a black eye and told the...
If it's true that practice ended at 8, why would she be buying a brand new mouthpiece, like rushing to get one? Well, and Miss Robin, thank you for saying that, Miss Robinson, because I hear a lot of people offering that excuse, right? And we seem to do that often, where we're like, well, what if the woman's a DV victim and she's afraid to speak? No, you now have the FBI involved, okay? You have all the chances in the world to be protected if that were the case. I don't offer that. No. The baby's the victim, not this woman. Not this woman, no. That is offering an excuse for this lady to get away with what I believe she did. I took helicopter ride over those dinos. That's awesome. Yeah, and it's neglectful that the state allowed them as well. I already laid the mouth guard down and couldn't find it because it was probably in her pocketbook. It's probably part of the excuse. The eye has color, but 0 swollen. There's no other cuts or anything. Give me one quick second. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Did they take a 2-year-old out of the home? They did after this. Yes, after this. Thank you, Miss Robinson, for hitting the thumbs up. If you could all take a moment and hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. What's that do with Sebastian? What did Be Nice Try It say? This big role to play in disappearance, Sebastian. Just a deep, strong gut feeling. What do you feel has a big role? I'm sorry. Megan Boswell. Megan Boswell is another one. That's what I'm saying. If you got hit that hard, you were knocked out. I believe there'd just be more. Oh, what? Sorry. Here comes my cat. There'd be more damages, right? I don't believe this woman. Obviously, I don't think a lot of people do. Yep, the news zoomed in. Thank you, Chatty Jen. All right, let's see what they say.
ABC 7, she never saw the suspect, and when she came to, Emmanuel was gone.
I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all.
Nah, sorry. I can't get over it, right? All right, let's envision. So was it a truck or a van? Can we clarify on that? Regardless, where's the baby's car seats? The baby, because usually, right, the baby's car seats at either window. It's not normally in the center. So she gets the baby out of the car seat, but doesn't even have the diapers or wipes ready yet. I don't believe it. It was an SUV. SUV. Okay. I would love to know where the car seat was located. Any proof that the baby was laying in the car. Again, supposedly they brought dogs to the parking lot. There was no scent of the baby, which would be weird. He punched her in the eye, but she never saw him. Make that make sense, right? Doesn't make sense. And then again, if you're in an SUV and you open up the car door, which other way are you looking other than inside the car? They're making it the aunt of the baby said that she was looking the other direction. There is no other direction. Go ahead, Nellie. Go. You want to eat? Go ahead. Go. Sorry, dang cat. Hey, Blissful. Did she start screaming immediately? No. She did a whole like, oh, I woke up and looked around as if my 7-month-old suddenly learned to walk. She would have been standing with the door open with the door to her left. But either way, the diapers and wipes would have to be inside the vehicle. So you'd be looking in the vehicle. Somebody says, hola, you turn around and then boom. And then you hit the floor. I don't get it. Nope. And she made sure to mention that during the very first interview, she states there is no footage. They don't have cameras, which again is really weird.
I remember, and I saw white. Hold on. And I laid him down and so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, hold on, that's all I remember.
It's not even believable for her to speak this way right now. No. It reminds me of a certain somebody that falls asleep during true crime. The dramatics. I don't even believe it. What if she left the baby in the car during the game practice? He passed due to the heat, but then there would be the scent of the baby, right? There's no scent of the baby in that parking lot. I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of people are saying, what if it? But why wouldn't you just admit that? Why wouldn't you just admit that took place as a horrible accident? It'd be better than coming up with all of this. How long was she supposedly knocked out for is a good question. Because we just saw a local is saying practice was from 6 to 8 p.m. It was apparently, that don't make sense. This happened at 7:45 p.m., but her son's football practice was 6 to 8. So she called the police at like 7:47 is my understanding. It doesn't tell us what time she left the field. So she claims she was, she's claiming she was knocked unconscious for 30 to 40 minutes. Really? Really? Okay. All right.
And I saw white.
I saw
and a hearing
white.
sound. I fell on the floor. And I said, as I got up,
let's look that up. I know I keep pausing. I'm sorry. What do you see when knocked out? Period of unconsciousness. Upon regaining consciousness, may have symptoms like confusion, memory loss, difficult balance. Do you see white? When knocked out unconscious, persons may see various things, including white, black, or stars. You know what? If I was ever suspected of a crime and they saw my Google searches, they would just deem me guilty. They'd be like, yeah, this bitch is guilty. Uh-huh. She looked out. What color would you see if knocked out? Hey, Miss Liverbird. Knocked unconscious for 30, 40 minutes. No. Sorry, not believing it. Nope. I was in a really bad car accident where I have 2 dislocated discs in the back of my neck. I was also knocked unconscious, and to the point where I have short-term memory loss from it. And I was not unconscious for 30 to 40 minutes from that. So I'm sorry. And that was like great impact. I refuse to believe this woman was unconscious for 30 to 40 minutes.
couldn't find my son. I checked around my truck.
But this weekend, the San Bernardino...
My son, I checked.
Poor baby.
Checked around my truck.
But this weekend, the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department says...
How many of you are going to check around your truck? Like, what do you think happened? Thank you. Somebody said there's no comparison to Susan Smith. And I'm like, yes, there absolutely is. Look at that property line. They're like in the middle of nowhere. I mean, not necessarily, but you know what I'm saying.
The story Rebecca Haro told detectives had inconsistencies. And when confronted about it, she ended the interview with investigators. The Sheriff's Department then said they're unable to rule out foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. They searched with canines, they've conducted multiple interviews, and they say they remain committed to finding him. Those at tonight's vigil fear the worst, but are holding out hope investigators get to the bottom of this and find Emmanuel alive.
I have never heard of Big Five prior to this. Look at these children. How sad is that? Poor Emmanuel. He was never given a chance. Well, and that's a good question, for fuck's sake. So others were stating that there is like huge shopping center nearby, so somebody somewhere would have footage. I bet you, I guarantee you, the police are tracing and they're looking at traffic lights, all the type of things that have footage to see if the baby was even in the vehicle. Nobody saw a woman laying in a parking lot for 35 to 40 minutes. Yep, both the parents supposedly denied polygraphs. Now, they're claiming they didn't deny them, that they said they won't do them until they have an attorney. I don't necessarily fault them for that. Anybody who's speaking with police, especially in something like this, you should have an attorney. There's a casino close by. I don't know. We can look. She would not remember 7 seconds beforehand. She would not. I was knocked down. I remember the truck coming towards us. And I remember when I was starting to come to, I forced myself to open my eyes. Oh, did he? Let's look at that. She's so protecting that. Do you really think it's the husband? Why do you not think the mother's automatically a monster as well? I see that a lot where people immediately go to to the mother must be a victim, but I disagree. Okay, so here's the father. Here's Jake Harrows. He has willful child cruelty. 1 count from 2018. He was in county jail for 180 days. State prison, upper term sentence length 72 months, suspended. I'm on probation currently. Oh, here we go. Jake was convicted of felony narcotics. Felon narcotic addict, own or possess firearms. So yes, there was at one point drug usage. Well, listen, if she wasn't culpable at this point, what better time to admit to police? Listen, I'm a beaten woman. Help me. Please help me. What did I just watch the other day? Okay, so I just watched this the other day. It was a mother, her 2 toddler boys, and an infant baby were living in a van with the father. The baby was unconscious. They called the police. The baby was in severe condition at the hospital, and while there, the mother admitted that she was a victim of domestic violence, pleaded with them, and the police noticed it right away. Right away, the police noted. You saw that one? Right away, the police noted that this woman was definitely afraid of this man, that she seemed to be a fragile woman. They noted they believe she has some type of disabilities as well, and they were right. She still was held accountable, but she was held less accountable than he was. She also took the moment of being alone with the police to open up to them and show messages of her pleading for help throughout. So, and they even said to her, why did you go back? You still have a duty to protect your children. So she's still held accountable, but less accountable. All right. So this is his record. So people were right. Drug usage is involved, or was involved. We can't say it currently is. SF put together timeline of bruising. Well, that's hard to tell, because that could be 1 to 2 days after. I mean, these ones look very similar. Now, I strongly disagree with Magnolia here. I think she has some type of nose job done. I mean, come on, Magnolia. People would know if it was a nose job done. Okay. All right, girl. Why do the parents always say this weird stuff? Make sure you feed them and clothe them. That's a good point. And when the father says, like, make sure you take care of them, make sure you feed them. Why? Because you failed to do so? But that was ridiculous. Wasn't it? Pretty in Pink? Come on. I think she had a nose job. I mean, come on. Oh, like nobody else would notice if she had a nose job done. It's just such a stupid thing to say. That was beyond her reach. I mean, okay. All right, where'd that go? Come on, I hate these dang commercials.
Yucaipa are searching for their 7
to bring their baby
beside themselves, right in front to go out.
Come and bring my son. Anything. No, he's gone. I can't find him. If you know anything,
We're going to pull
please
it up.
come and bring my son back, please. I'm begging you.
If you know anything, please come and bring my son back. Please, I'm begging you.
It's a Mother's Day.
Look, even the way she's tensing up here, like the fake, like, it is so over-exaggerated. I don't think I'm the only one, Gare. Again, if anybody wants to come up, let me know. I'll drop the link. You're more than welcome. I would love somebody to bounce this off with.
Desperate plea for help in finding her 7-month-old baby boy, Emmanuel. Rebecca Haro says it all happened Thursday evening around 7. She, her husband, and their 2 other children were at a nearby park for their older son's football practice. She says she drove over to this Big 5 store to buy a mouth guard for her older son.
I came over here, parked right here in this edge. When I was coming over here, I smelled the baby went to the restroom. It's like, okay, Papa, don't worry, we're going to change you.
Rebecca says she took out a diaper.
Okay, Papa, don't worry, we're going to change you. We're going to change you. Listen to the verbiage, my friends. Okay, Papa, don't worry, we're going to change you.
We're going to change you to the restroom. It's like, okay, Papa, don't worry, we're going to change you.
Rebecca says she took out a diaper and laid the baby down next to the car seat. She only remembers a voice she heard.
I was going to get the diaper and somebody said, hola. And I didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor and I didn't see Emmanuel.
Rebecca says she woke up with a black eye and her baby gone. She searched around the car, ran into the store, then called 911.
Everybody came, the dogs.
Hello, Moto. Did you hear that?
Helicopter.
But no sign of Emmanuel and no witness to what may have happened.
Look at all these stores nearby. There's footage. I'm telling you, they are going to go through every single surveillance they can. And they're going to find out that baby was even in that car. I get it, Daisy. I do get that, but I still, you know.
Whoever took my son, please return him. We just...
Whoever took my son, please return him. I begged harder for my shirt back off of my daughter who borrowed it. Like, that is just so fake.
Want him back. We just want him back.
No sign of Emmanuel and no witness to what may have happened.
Whoever took my son, please return him. We just want him back. We won't do anything to you. We just give us our son.
You know, that's one of the reasons police will ask you, if somebody harmed your child, what do you think should happen to that person? The police ask that because the response will be lesser if they were the ones that did it, right? They'll make excuses for why the punishment shouldn't be so difficult. No head injuries, no other injuries, nothing. Nope. Right, we won't do anything. You kidnapped, you knocked my wife out and stole my child, but we won't do anything. It doesn't even make sense.
Came, the dogs, helicopter.
But no sign of Emmanuel and no witness to what may have happened.
Whoever took my son, please return him. We just want him back. We won't do anything to you. We just give us our son. Just keep him safe. Don't hurt him.
Just keep him safe. Don't hurt him.
Make sure you feed him. Change him.
Emmanuel.
Make sure you feed him and change him. Well, there's a big difference here, William Eyelash. One being that the police themselves have said that their stories are inconsistent, they're suspects. The other being that the cadaver dogs have found blood. There's a big difference here. I don't think you're playing devil's advocate with the right type of story, if I'm being honest. Big difference here.
Emmanuel's father, Jake, says his family does not have any enemies and can't.
This guy's squeezing his eyes as hard as he can, and he still doesn't have blood coming out. Tears coming out.
Can't imagine who or why anyone would take their baby.
If you know anything, please come forward or take him to the cops. Or
the other reason is we're talking about a 7-month-old baby, right? A 7-month-old baby isn't getting up and walking away from a van. A 15-year-old child can absolutely leave a home. They can absolutely leave on their own. In this case, this is a 7-month-old baby. There's such a difference. She never got medical attention. I did not notice that, gorgeous. Thank you for pointing that out. And up front, attempting to get away from any cameras that might be in the distance. Wow, as close to the building that doesn't have them to avoid the buildings that do. Yes, the police already said that they're suspects. Foul play, searching around the property, all of that good stuff. They removed the 2-year-old from the home. They're already taking all the precautions that are guilty. And I never had a problem with the green team pointing fingers at Katie. I've said that from the beginning. We don't know who did what. My issue was that they took it to the lengths they did. They faked evidence. They faked things to make them appear guilty. Just like they're currently claiming they have face surveillance abilities when they're not even private investigators. They shouldn't have access to anything like that. They probably don't, but you know.
Or please let him please come forward. Or take him to the cops or please let us know anything, please.
Don't that sound familiar? Please come forward. Take them to the cops. Drop them off at a gas station.
Take their baby. If you know anything, please come forward. Or take him to the cops or please let us know anything, please.
Unfortunately, we live in a judgmental society. I don't think there will ever be a time where people don't jump to conclusions and start pointing fingers. We used to be innocent until proven guilty, but now we are pretty much proven guilty until innocent because of social media. Do I agree with it? No, but it is human nature to pick up on things that we sense or don't make sense and point them out. That's what my understanding was too. I get what you're saying, Onyx Angel, but unfortunately, it is a sign of the times. It's just how it is. Actor tries to act beyond her range. True, Gary. VA Nourish Bat, where they never found the wife. Oh, yeah, Mommet. That was horrible. They had enough to lead enough proof. Right. And meanwhile, she was never even named a suspect. That's the difference. And now here we are all this time later, and there's still been no arrest. They will obtain a search warrant so that evidence collected properly and usable in court. Oh, absolutely. We all did. That's why there's TV shows based around crimes, and there's board games and all type of things. But yes, these are the type of parents that lead the ground for when the next mother comes along claiming this. People just like Susan Smith. Susan Smith did the same thing. All right, let's see. Somebody said that SF posted the map, but I don't see that. I don't see that at all, actually. I see the bruising. I don't see anything about the map. I hate these on-the-scene parent interviews. I was trying to stay quiet, but this is bad. Yes, I do, Judge. I'm human. Don't pretend to be perfect. Look how convincing Sherry Pepini, Susan Smith, and Michael Long were. Michael Long especially. Michael Long, similarly to Seth, had a lot of the internet backing him and financially supporting him. I don't see it on there. That's all right, though. We'll continue over here. It's just heartbreaking. I just pray that the best outcome would be that this baby is safe. Finished the interview with investigators. Rebecca was asked to take a search warrants were issued, right? 2-year-old is removed, right? Okay. Because I've already contacted authorities. I'm waiting for their call back. My daughter and I had an encounter with Emmanuel's mother and his sister night before he was reported missing on August 13th. Wow, look at this. Now, we don't know if this is true. Anybody can say anything, but interesting nonetheless. This person saying that her and their child ran into Rebecca, and Sherry had a black eye and was very erratic. Did you film it? No, but I recognize her from the park. That was her. Maybe this can help with the investigation. She was there Wednesday night with her 2-year-old daughter, but not the little boy. I mean, again, that can be anybody saying that. Oh, Leilani was another one. Mm. There would have to be somebody at the baseball field that would have noticed the black eye. It's really a shame that there's not more photos of Emmanuel. I won't be shocked if an arrest comes up soon. Somebody took SF's photo already. Mm. So a lot of people are saying that the father got away with this once. Let's not let him get away with it again. If he really did harm his other child that badly, I don't know, man. This is horrible. Mom kept looking from side to side during her story, True Deception. You know what? Has there been any updates with Lily and Jack Sullivan? It's really sad that children are just disappearing. But again, it makes you wonder. Obviously, this mother and father, the police are on top of them, right? The father has a criminal history, the mother's inconsistencies, the story doesn't make much sense. The fact that she mentioned there was no cameras, whatever. But then you have these other cases, right? You have Sebastian, you have Lily and Jack, you have Summer Wells, and there's just simply no evidence at all. There's nothing. These kids just vanished. I typed earlier, Granny, she could have hid her black eye. She could have used makeup or sunglasses. True. All right, hold on. Let me pull this up. Should I do I'm going to do my updates. Ugh. Let's see, Clutch Eye Pearl's got 47K views. No, there's not much going on there. A lot of abused women wear fairy tinted sunglasses. Why, if I may ask, Firefly, why do we automatically give this mother the excuse that she's an abused woman? Why do we offer that every single time to the woman? How do we know the father's not an abused man? They do speak in past tense a lot. I read somewhere there's a brush fire where Lily and Jack went missing. I saw that as well, Loki's mom. As a foreign worker at a gas station, if someone comes in and was injured on our property, we have to call an ambulance to have them checked for our protection. Huh. I don't know, Loki's mom. That's what I'm wondering with the views. I'm like, wow, okay. Right. We don't even know she was abused. Why do we automatically do that? I understand what you're saying, and no disrespect to you. I just don't. Why would that even matter in this situation? There's no signs that this woman was an abused woman. Child abuse should be. Well, he does. The father does. Yes. A woman's claiming she used to work with him at Walmart, and that he beat his other child so badly that he has severe brain damage from it. I agree, Lita B. That's true. I guess, like I said, I'm sure we'll see an update soon if they're arrested or not. It will be coming. Can have seeing abuse, could be both of them. I think the ex-wife said that he was dangerous. I heard the grandma say she just buried a grandson. Yeah, apparently it was an OD. It was an adult grandson, but sad nonetheless. This totally makes me sick. I agree, Lisa. This is horrible. They put these safe haven boxes in place so that people can you can go to any station and hand over your child if you feel you can no longer take care of them. And it's a shame that people decide to create scenarios like this. I'm sorry to read that. It's nuclear. I feel like it's cover up, and I do feel like arrests are coming soon. So do I. He's the one with TJ, because he's the one with TJ. What does that mean? All right, she also is the one that has this story that she was knocked out in the parking lot. And it's no questions asked, like you don't have to leave your name or anything. Right. I definitely feel arrests are coming soon. Absolutely agree. I do have an update on other matters, but I guess I should do a different live stream for that. Up to a certain age. All his photos look like they're taken by someone else at a get-together, far away from weird angles. That's what I said. If you look at his photos, there's not many of him, and they do all appear to be. There's very few of them, not many at all. What makes me wonder: did they even were they embarrassed by his lazy eye? Did they not love him? Did they not bond with him? Oh, I hope so, Ava. That'd be fantastic. Ex-wife stating he's dangerous, but she was with them at the game. Red flag. People who are beat lie about it terribly. Yeah. But wouldn't now be the chance to say that though? Oh, Jen Soto. Ugh. I can't believe she didn't even show up one last time. Even if she is abused, she's just as much a scumbag as he is if she allowed it to happen to her child. I left with my 2 sons, went through hell, but today life is good and my 2 sons great men. I'm glad you got out of that, Firefly. The ex does have kids with him, and he was convicted of willful child cruelty. Supposedly, he beat his previous child so badly that he has severe brain damage. But I don't understand how he was capable, being on parole, how he was capable of being around other children. Oh, Caleb Wisden and Rebecca's statement. I've never heard of Caleb Wisden. No, and I understand that, so I'm not dismissing that. I get that. But I'm saying at this point, if something happens to the child and she's surrounded by FBI and police and everything, now would be the time to speak. Caleb Winston? Let me look that up. Which interview? Caleb Winston. On the steps. All right. All right, let's see. Alabama man.
I have now is we'll have the family come forward to give a statement.
No, she's not good with cameras, so.
I'm sorry to hear that, Sue. I just feel like at this point, she's being interrogated by police for the disappearance of her child. She has the perfect opportunity to ensure this man goes away with his record, with current situations, if that were the case. I just don't understand why we so often assume that the woman is abused. I think it's such a stereotype that's unfair. I just don't like it. The ex-wife was at the game because she was with her other child. All right, let's check this man out. So he was charged in his newborn son. Oh, I do recall him.
Apologize. But we would just like
I
for
remember
anybody
him. Hey, sweetie
that
cake.
has any information. I don't remember a lot. What I did remember, I was breaking up, with the cops. But I know that if anybody's got anything, any places that I could have gone, anybody, you know who you are.
Please say, find him, please.
It mean a lot. It mean everything to us.
Did anybody else, did it switch to just one ear for you? Make sure it's not my audio messed up, but it suddenly just went to my right ear, not both ears. No eye contact. I agree. That was OG Fish with the gift is. Thank you, OG. Oh, what you getting, Gary? One ear in? Okay. Well, I usually only have one ear in, so Pick Me says yes. Okay.
Goodness. Family ain't the same without family.
Family ain't the same without family.
Anything else?
What the hell?
Any questions?
Oh, we had pictures of the baby too, but we sent them to the investigator's phone so he would have them to show y'all on the press during the press. But yeah, I don't know if y'all can see these pictures, but
This is the best I can do. He's only a month and a week old.
and there's other.
Poor baby. Poor baby. Hey, Bubblegum True. So this man was found guilty of taking his baby's life. So we're watching how they did a press conference, the similarities between him and Rebecca. Quite frankly, many people that are actually guilty during these press conferences. Ugh.
Pictures with us together, but
I didn't.
Trying to crop him and do stuff with this phone is not working very well.
Yeah.
But we sent him to the investigator. Hopefully, the press.
Why do you have to crop them?
I pray that they do, so that they can have a good idea of what he looks like, how close we are to the family, and how much we really appreciate him if he was returned.
How much we really appreciate him. This is so bizarre. I can't even get through this. Does she know? That's a good question because she's being weird. Right. They're both being weird. I don't know if she knew.
Can you tell us what the last thing you guys remember, the last time you all were together?
Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday was the last time we were together. Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah. We were
And their stories together?
Together sleeping, and well, the baby with me and her in the bed until Lou's in the other room, because we usually are together as a family, but.
She seems like she's holding something back, right? Like she knows that he was out of the bed that night. Something's going on. This is weird.
It's not easy.
I don't remember much.
I don't remember much.
When did you all realize that he was missing?
They didn't.
I was home with my oldest, my 2-year-old, and he was with CJ was with him, and
I forgot what? Did you just hear him? I forgot something. I forgot something.
With him, and
I forgot at that time.
He went to go pay gas at the gas station and realized that he was gone.
What?
And he let the police know and me know that he was missing.
Do you guys have any idea if someone took him back taking him? Or...
No.
No, I don't.
I wish we did know.
If we know, he would already went there.
How's the rest of the family holding up? I know this is a tough ordeal, but
it's been taking a toll on everybody.
Is anybody else so uncomfortable here? Like, I almost can't make it through this. This is so cringe. This is so weird. So he left the kid behind. Right, notice he said that they were all together in the bed, and next thing you know, oh no, we weren't together. He was alone with the baby, and I was with my 2-year-old. This is so odd. Right, hella weird. Him touching her, and she's making eye contact with him. He's whispering to her to say that, I forgot. And she's like, oh yeah, he forgot. Oh, this is so, I can't even get through it. This is so bizarre.
Everybody's saying prayers. Everybody's keeping an eye.
Why does he keep fucking moving and touching her and stuff?
out?
He wants so badly to get away from these cameras. He's basically moving all about. So this was 4 years ago. He keeps looking at this guy like, we're done. This guy's like, no, keep talking. He knows. This guy knows. He knows.
again, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office would like to thank the many agencies that have assisted us thus far in this investigation. The local FBI field office has given help to us, as well as Elmore County, Wetumpka PD, Montgomery Police Department, and a host of other agencies. Again,
she looks like she wants him off of her, right? Yeah, like tweaker vibes. Tweaker vibes. I agree.
we would like any and all information to be gathered, and we will investigate. Again, our non-emergency number is 832-4980.
Calla Winston, I'll drop it in the chat, is the baby's name. He was about 6 weeks old, and daddy was just getting gas, and then here he is.
Well, the case against the father who killed his 1-month-old son has come to an end.
Caleb Wisnan and his attorneys agreed today to plead guilty to the charge of murder.
Wisnan initially reported his son missing before admitting he killed him in 2021. WSFA 12 News anchor Sally Pitts has reaction to the plea deal from those who worked this case.
Just like for anybody that has any information.
Caleb Wisnan stood outside the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office asking for his son's safe return just hours before he admitted he was responsible for the—
Look at that baby. How could you? How could you? Now, that's a woman I could agree is giving off vibes of being a victim, right? Or guilt herself. But I could definitely see her tensing up the more he touched her. I could see him hiding behind her. He took a powerful stance by standing above her, hands on her shoulders. Like that I can agree. Oh my gosh, this is when you pick them up and they do the crunch and they crunch their little bodies and they do the arch of their back and their little boot. Oh my gosh, how can you? Oh,
death of Caleb Jr.
It was heartbreaking to see someone do that. On the other hand, it was providing all of the things we already knew, and we knew we would be able to open doors and then ultimately close this case.
He later led authorities to his son's body in Lowndes County. An autopsy determined the baby died from blunt force trauma to the head.
You know, we've definitely got to stand up on both sides, as
Where's
the
the
prosecution
mother?
team, as well as representing that victim, the baby in this case, a 5-week-old child, a baby who didn't even have an opportunity to live.
4 years after his son's death, Wisnan entered a guilty plea.
There is no greater betrayal than for a parent to harm, or in this case, murder their child.
In court documents, Wisnan's attorney said he grew up in an abusive home and suffered a severe head injury in a worksite accident as an adult.
Oh, shut up.
The attorney said
Shut up. Who cares about your adult injuries? Shut up. These type of people make me so angry. I'm sorry. Oh, I grew up in an abusive house and I had a head injury. Oh. He was alone in his truck. Mom was at home with the other child. Right, the mother. But at first, they said they were both laying in bed Saturday night.
Wisnan's rehabilitation led to drug use, including meth, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana.
There it is. That's what we just saw on display. We seen it.
Well, let me be clear. There is one victim in this case, and that is...
Can we point out too, right? Although people do give off like their movements and everything implied as much, we could see it. But this goes to show that not everybody who like people have a prejudgment to how people on drugs should look, you know, and it's not always that case. Like I hear certain people say like, well, I still have my teeth and I'm chubby, so I'm not an addict. That's not true.
Pain and marijuana.
Well, let me be clear. There is one victim in this case,
Right.
and that is Caleb Michael Wisnan Jr. He was 32 days old. That's as long as he got to live on this earth. He was 8 pounds, and he was murdered by his own father.
After his guilty plea, a judge sentenced him to life in prison.
Hell yeah.
Both the district attorney's office and the sheriff's office believe justice has been served.
This man will never be able to harm someone else again.
Wisnan's attorney.
I don't agree with life in prison. I don't agree with life in prison. I feel like people like him should be taken out the way that they commit a crime. If you commit a crime against children or the elderly, you should suffer the fate that you gave your victim. I don't believe these people should be housed and given, you know, tablets and food and shelter and all that other stuff. Right, an eye for an eye. I mean, salty mamas, I'm there with you, sweetheart. Same. Never those substances, though. But yeah. So, I mean, I see the similarities. What else do we have on this creeper? Hold on. What a creeper. Infant asked cops to shoot him after hugging baby's mother and telling her he was sorry. I'm not playing her video, but look at this image. Does this woman look uncomfortable to you? This is weird. Look. Ugh, I don't like him. I don't like him. Right, Peekaboo. There's such just prejudgment. No, they're saying the mother did not know. They're saying the mother didn't know. That he apologized to the mother. 5 weeks old. And the fact that he's a junior, ugh. Of course, the behavioral panelists did a video on them. This just makes me so uneasy. Look at this.
What we're going to have now is we'll have the family come forward to give a statement.
While you watch her.
Imagine knowing that this man took your baby's life and the way he's touching all over you. Ew.
Listen to the following. Please consider this. Everything you hear is a lie.
Oh, of course, everything you hear is a lie. That's why TTT mentioned that Sean got a concussion at work when he supposedly went back to work as a placeholder for later, questioned by LE. But we know that he lied because he was never at work when he claimed to have had that concussion committed to him. So, nope, doesn't work. But I agree with what you're saying. I can see that happening. He took off with the baby in their truck and she was home with her child. Middle of the night, he returned with no baby and told her he didn't know what happened. That he went to get gas and he forgot the baby and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I wonder if she had a feeling already, but just didn't know how to express it. Hopefully she's doing better today. Rehab and, you know, therapy and everything to get through this. Yeah, you can tell she wanted to get away from him, Sue. But that's what people, I forget who mentioned in the chat, I apologize. Mentioned that's how Rebecca's acting when it comes to Emmanuel. Let's see. It's all the same articles at this point. Remember the recent baby that was missing and it took a while, but they finally found the baby buried. The ones that did the car accident and they said the baby couldn't be found. Oh. Anyway, should we come back with with our other update, you guys? Set up a different stream about it. I don't want to mingle the two. Mothers are supposed to have a godlike bond with their children. I'm Italian, mess with mine or my granddaughter, and I'll make you a pair of gray cement shoes. And there are just some cases where mothers don't get that maternal bond with their children, right? And it's very unfortunate, but it does happen. God, I wish these people would just stop having kids. They have shots for birth control. Fucking use it. I know I watch these arrest videos all the time, and the mothers are so gross, like their 7th kid taken. Interesting case here in South Carolina you might want to cover. Involves 6 teens accused of murder. Ooh. Everybody saying yes. Oh, Hannah, I didn't even see you in there. Julie's crafting. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You guys all hit the thumbs up. I'll make a thumbnail. I don't know if I'll be back right away. I have to make a phone call first, but I'll set something up. There's another case, and the baby's name is Kayla McNabb. Her father, Chris McNabb, and mother, Courtney Bell. Horrible case. I remember hearing about Courtney Bell. I'm 61. What is a life sentence? I agree. I think Ellie needs to get a court order and go check the grave of Rebecca's nephew, who was buried August 5th. I wonder if they're even thinking of that. That's a good thought. Oh, it's just sad that we know the chances of this baby being alive are slim to none. Hey, am I crazy? like Candace Wells? Do you think Candace Wells is guilty? I never, this is how I've always felt about it. I don't know what happened to Summer Wells, right? I know police are restarting an investigation again, and I pray it gives results this time around. But I never felt that Don and Candace Wells were intelligent enough to deceive FBI and the police and everybody looking at them. Hey, Sarah Luna. Hospitals have you do skin to skin immediately after your baby is born now, so you have a stronger bond and helps the baby. They changed so many things now. Like a lot of people don't cut the umbilical cord right away, but some parents, when their children are rushed to the ICU or there's difficulties, they're unable to have that initial bond. And how about the underground bunker with the children that were trafficked? I have not seen that. Chloe, are you still in here, Chloe? Julie? Did you see that they're trying to say that Sebastian's disappearance is tied into Epstein Island? I'm sorry, Jeffrey Epstein. Right, the amount of times they were drinking and partying and they never, ever slipped up and admitted guilt. I think Don is, but only due to his drug associates and associations. Yeah, and I don't understand, Daisy Duke, and I will never understand why they don't, at minimum, arrest these parents for obvious neglect. If your child disappears from your home, you have some sense of responsibility, especially in like in Summer's case, right? That LWOP isn't enough. What is LWOP? I would love to have a discussion with you as well, Kay, but I don't know what that means. With Summer, I do think it's possible she wandered off and was taken or even taken from the yard. That's how I feel. I've always felt that Summer went looking for her mom, and that's why her scent went to the end of the driveway, and unfortunately, a bad person found her instead. Oh, the all smart, all bright said it. Oh, life without parole. Got it. I always said parents that don't love their children don't do as many of outside events with their children as Don and Candace did. Say what you will, but she had plenty of photos of them out doing things with the kids out playing, having fun, dirt bikes, this, that. You know, it's not like they were in the house sleeping all day, up all night, never outside, never socializing, never play. Like they tried to give them a good life. Doesn't mean they were good parents. Foster homes are already needed. If we want change, people need to step up. I agree. Always saw Summer roamed off with her dogs, and a very big dog of a neighbor's get loose and attack. Wow, they would have found traces of that though. My mistake is 9 teens arrested. Look up. Let me type it in so it comes up. Trey Dean Wright. A love triangle. Wow. That is interesting. Leave without pay. Do not pass go.
Into the murder of this 16-year-old Johnsonville boy. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Trish Williford.
And I'm Edward Moody. The Florence County Sheriff's Office released arrest warrants for 6 suspects in the murder of Trey Wright and the names of 2 more suspects.
News 13, Shelby Martin joins us live tonight in the newsroom. And Shelby, what do those warrants say?
Well, Trish, Edward, we can now add the names of 17-year-old Braylon Thompson.
Why does every news reporter talk like this? It amazes me. They all have that like reporter voice. Do they go to school for reporter voice?
And 18-year-old Jaden O'Clair.
18-year-old Jaden O'Clair.
The list of known suspects arrested in connection with Trey's murder. We also have warrants for 3 other recent arrests.
Oh my gosh, they're all kids. What is this dude?
18-year-old Corinne Belviso, 18-year-old Hunter Kendall, and 17-year-old Sydney Kearns. 19-year-old Devin Raper was the first arrested for Trey's murder, and he's accused of shooting and killing the teen. Trey's then-girlfriend, Gianna Kistenmacher, was the second arrested. The former cheerleader is accused of leading Raper to her boyfriend's location the night he died. Warrants for Kistenmacher and the remaining defendants say they committed murder by bringing Raper to the scene, knowing that he was armed and knowing there would be a confrontation. Also knowing that Raper had made threats to shoot Trey. Major Mike Nunn with the Florence County Sheriff's Office says the Department of Juvenile Justice is handling warrants for 2 more defendants, both.
Well, oh my goodness, imagine if that was your child. Holy hell. There's so much worse child neglect and abuse in big cities. It doesn't matter where you're from. But Kane is hanging out throwing gang signs. Nope. Yeah, I get it, dude. I do. He does, and he does that hyper, like he's yelling at you. That's a good question. Where is Florence County? Let's see. WTB. He was 16 years old. South Carolina. Wow, look, this is this girl. All right. This one here, the second mugshot, this is her here. Doesn't even look the same, but I mean, close enough you can see it. Broadcasting, we are trained to lose our local speech. They do all speak like this. There's that possibility too, but then wouldn't the cadaver dogs have smelled the injury of summer? I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff in Summerwell's case. Again, my understanding is they're starting to search again, which will be interesting. How can you have 9 kids plotting against one young kid's life? Oh my goodness. We'll check that out at another time. Hold on, something just came in. Oh, you're kidding. Guess what? Guess what dog's now involved in? A Bitcoin. Anybody want to invest in Dog the Bounty Hunter's Bitcoin? The official Dog the Bounty Hunter digital collectible NFT drop. Get early access as a Dog Pound member before the official drop. You've seen the man. You've heard the stories. Oh, I hope it's successful so I can get my payout over in PA. But now, for the first time ever, you can own a piece of Dog's legacy. We're dropping an exclusive, unreleased, behind-the-scenes video collectible NFT, a powerful moment in Dog's journey that no one else has ever seen. Only 1,000 of the NFTs and collectibles will ever exist, and you can own one. What the hell? No, I know that's right. Each NFT collectible is just $49.99. It comes with a chance to unlock one of several rare physical bonuses, including 20 signed photos of Dog, 10 exclusive signed merch items chosen by dog, 5 signed books, 9 lives and counting, and 1 very lucky fan will get a personal one-on-one video with dog himself. Want first dibs? This is what a joke this is. What a joke this is. And of course it was posted by Nick. These LARPers stop at nothing. I mean, you know, now we're going to go ahead and join in on Bitcoin. I don't even know if that's Bitcoin actually, but very similar. Oh, I haven't even heard of him, so I'm sure nobody has spoken. Let me type that in. Brian Fizquez, Brian New Orleans missing. Oh. Oh. Get the advertisement out first. It does. Nice payout. I know it is. Which one? What's the latest one?
WGNO's Rain Augustine has more on the search.
Someone that's been missing now for 72 hours. You really want to start the groundwork to make it as if it's 24 hours. Everything needs to be done.
Although the case of missing 12-year-old Brian Vasquez has not reached Amber Alert status, police say calling a level 2 endangerment allows for significant investigative resources.
Numerous helicopters, drones, dogs came here to look for Brian.
As his nonverbal behavior creates a significant challenge, a representative for the family explains how Brian would potentially communicate with others.
And even though he cannot communicate verbally, he does have his way of communicating. He bangs on the floor, he will bang on the wall.
Search teams continue to canvass the areas where Brian was last seen, and police are urging neighboring residents to check their cameras.
We are urging the public to continue looking at your video surveillance, to continue looking in the backyards.
Missing persons investigator Thomas Luth says constant collaboration between the family and other involved agencies is key when searching for leads.
Good communication.
All right, just give us his photo. Yeah, we can talk about that, but I would like to do it a different way. So here is several photos of Brian. He's age 12. His hair's black. Eyes are brown. He's 5'1", and he's between 86 and 100 pounds. He is autistic, nonverbal. Oh, it didn't pull up with me. Sorry, hold on. He does understand English or Spanish. Miss Liverberg, thank you for the gifted. Mr. Blue, are you referring to the post they made after I was live on Friday where they were clearly watching me? I can set up a separate stream for that. Well, each alert has different, like an Amber Alert, there has to be a vehicle or a suspect to attach with it, which is why they're not used very often. Yeah, that's going to be my other live stream, Mr. Blue. So I will go ahead and do that separately as I don't want to intermingle the both. This is Brian. This is heartbreaking. He's a level 2 child endangerment alert. There's only the one footage of him that night, which would be on a ring camera. He's wearing a pull-up. He's from New Orleans. Here is the footage. If it comes up. All right, here.
How hard it is to not know where your baby's at when they go to sleep.
His family tells me while they were asleep Thursday morning, the child, who is disabled, left out of a window at their New Orleans East home around 5 a.m. In Michoud, just a few blocks away and less than an hour later, Brian spotted on this surveillance video walking on Sever Street, only wearing a diaper.
I've been holding in a lot of emotion.
That's devastating. That is absolutely devastating. Oh. What the hell is that Twix at the bottom? Green cookie?
I've been crying in private. What people don't understand is that we need answers.
His family growing more concerned because they say their child is nonverbal. He does not understand English or Spanish and has a neurodevelopmental condition.
It's very concerning that he is nonverbal. He has special needs.
NOPD conducted widespread search efforts over the past few days, and crews are now searching nearby bodies of water.
Oh, that was my worry. I was going to ask, is there water nearby? We'll keep an eye out. And again, if you live in the area, make sure you share his photo and keep your eyes open. Oh, that is awful. It happens more than people realize. That sounded like Micah Boulevard. Of course, MJ's life. He was found where my son took him the day before at a park. They had put padlocks on all the doors and windows. He's 16 now and very bright. I know that's unfortunately the way it always tends to turn, right? All right, guys, I am going to make this phone call, make the thumbnail, and try to come back. I can't guarantee a time right now. But Mr. Blue, I do have updates and responses to things that were said. And the threats that continue to take place. One couple about family pics and outings, there will be zero. I'm sorry, but my opinion, that's child abuse. Well, I know that, the people that are sleeping all day and they're up all night and they're not really disconnecting from the internet and prioritizing other things in life. Yes, devastating. Truly. Let's hope that there are and in some miraculous world that Emmanuel is okay and that he is found safely. Unfortunately, I do think that there will be arrests coming soon. Thank you, Irish Eyes. I appreciate you all being here. If you haven't, please consider hitting a thumbs up, and I will see you all back here shortly. I don't have a time frame because I have a few other things to do first, but try to keep an eye out, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you for spending the morning with me. See you next time.